Okay, it's the top of the hour, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm Patty Scheeler. Welcome to our Thursday Q&A / mini training sessions. And today's topic, I didn't get any questions this past week. I think everyone's very busy with the very beginning of the year, which is fine. But what I thought I'd do is I get a lot of questions about social media. So what I thought I'd do is put together a series of training videos over the next few weeks on each one of the social medias that you can promote yourself on. And the reason I'm doing that is because every single one of them has a really different style and take on what you can do and what people can see. Facebook is different than Instagram, even though Facebook owns Instagram, which is different than LinkedIn, which is different than Twitter and Pinterest and YouTube, all of these different social sites. And that's just to name the most popular ones. There's all kinds of other ones out there too. But each one has its own unique way of putting content out and making sure that you get your stuff seen. So we're going to kick this off by talking about a virtual distribution channel. And what I mean by that, and I have to give Mike Dillard credit for this one because this is where I first heard of it, was through Mike Dillard. And he talked about the virtual distribution channel. And if you think about your business like a grocery store, we'll use that for an example. Okay, so you get products trucked in from all over. You get produce trucked in, you get the canned goods trucked in, you get all kinds of, all of the products from different vendors get trucked into each one of the different stores, okay? And this provides your customers with choices, okay, to be able to purchase what they want. Okay. Now, if you think about your business and use that as an example, your virtual distribution channel are your trucks. Okay. They get the content out there for people to take a look at what your content is and make a decision whether they want to purchase or not. Okay, so it's the same kind of thing. It's just not brick and mortar, and it's not, you're not using trucks. What you're using is different services, and I call them vendors. I mean, Facebook is a vendor, Instagram is a vendor, Twitter is a vendor. They all are. Okay, so what you're doing is you're sharing the content that you think is important to share with your audience out to each one of these different distribution channels, and they just happen to be virtual because they're online. Okay, so what we're going to do is talk about each one of these today, and I'm going to share my screen here with you to kind of, what I'm going to do is share my distribution channel with you so that you can see not only what it is, but how I track it, and we'll go into each one of these and talk a little bit about it so that you can see. Okay, so let me share my screen here with you. Okay. All right. Now, so what this is a little worksheet that I put together that describes the different channels. These are the virtual distribution channels right here. And then I just have the date across. And you can see I hadn't checked this since last May. And what I want to do is pick out, okay, how many people, when I send a piece of content out, how many people are actually seeing that piece of content, okay? So what I have on here first is my email list. Everyone in either affiliate marketing, network marketing should be building their own list, okay? If you're not, you should be, because that is your asset to your business, is that list. And you should have access to those people unfettered. It should be, you should be able to download them at any time so that you can back it up, anything that you want to do. Okay, so this one here that I have listed is the email list that I have, and I personally use Aweber, even though Power Lead System and Super Affiliate Network, which both of them I'm associated with, have their own contact management system. I particularly like Aweber. I've used it for years. I get great results, and I don't have, as you can see, an absolutely huge list in here. But what I do is I clean my list on a monthly basis, because I don't want to be paying for people who just came in that were tire kickers and don't really want anything, or they're not getting value out of what I'm sending out because they're not even opening my emails. So I get rid of those people on an ongoing basis. At least once a month, I go in and I clean my list out of all those people. So it kind of fluctuates. It goes up and down and up and down and up and down. As you can tell from, if you look at the chart here, my email list back in May was 2,100, and today it's 3,400 estimate. So even though I clean it, it is still increasing, okay? But if I'm not getting the activity from these people that I want to get, when I send a message out letting people know, hey, we've got training going on, or hey, this, my broadcast message for the day, or I find a product that I really enjoy and want to share with somebody, I'll send it out to my list in a broadcast and share that with them. So, but if they're not interested in not opening my emails, then I'm not going to pay for them. It just doesn't make any sense to do that, okay? So, and I'll provide, I set up, for those who are on Aweber and are interested in how to clean your list, I do have an instructional video that I did that will walk you through exactly how to clean your list in Aweber. It's real easy, but it's not real intuitive. So I thought I'd throw together that tutorial. So I'll put a link to that below the video here so that you guys get access to that. All right. Now, the next big one, everybody loves Facebook, right? So what I have in the way of Facebook here is my Facebook fan page. And you can see I have not been working real hard on building my Facebook fan page. I don't do a lot of Facebook marketing. So, but it has increased and it continues to increase. So what I'll do is go out to my fan page every day and I look at the notifications and I reply to people who leave messages, any of that stuff at all, okay? This is also where I keep all the videos that I am producing once a week for these Q&As and training sessions. They're all listed right here under the videos. So if you come out here and take a look, you're going to see tons of videos, training. There's power lead system training here. There's Q&A training here that was done. There is motivational videos here. So you could just kind of take a look and see what you want out of that. But I also, as I'm sure you guys have probably heard, this week Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, decided that he's not going to cater to people building their fan pages and promoting on those fan pages, because they want you to pay to play. Okay, they want you to buy Facebook advertising in order to advertise on Facebook, which makes sense. That's what they're in business for. And that's how they get paid, is the advertisement. Now, of course, they wouldn't say that that's what they're in business for, but it is. Ultimately, they want to make money, and that's how they make the money, is on advertising. They will tout the fact that they want friends and family and everybody to interconnect and share their stories and so on. Well, I think that they want to take it in a little bit different direction, and that's okay, because news feeds won't be filled with inappropriate, hopefully inappropriate things any longer. I'm hoping not anyway. That was one of the reasons I didn't come into Facebook and do a lot of marketing there, is because it's not my favorite. There's an awful lot of political stuff and whining, and I just don't like that myself. So at any rate, there will be a change in Facebook, so beware of that. Even though I've been building up my Facebook audience here, and you can see that it's grown some, not a lot, but some, and that's okay, but this is where I do keep my activities as far as my videos and stuff like that outside of on YouTube. I do put them in Facebook, because within this Facebook group, the Integrity Networker group, then this is where I also promote my Instagram posts, which you'll see. And that's also part of another virtual distribution channel that I'm going to go over, is that when you post to one, it can post to more than one. Okay, Facebook only posts to Facebook that I know of. I don't know of any other way of doing it. But this is where, you know, I let people know, hey, we're going to get started in about 20 minutes for a Q&A. Instagram posts. I post a couple times a day on Instagram. But I also put in here about our Thursday Q&A trainings and what the actual topic is going to be for the training portion of it, okay? And this, like today, is growing your virtual distribution channel. And actually growing the channel itself, we will be talking about, like I said, this is the first in a series of taking on the topic of each one of the social media sites to be able to look at, okay, well, what are the rules here? How do I go about getting engagement? And they're all different. So we're going to go with one per week for the next few weeks and really delve into that for you, because along with paid advertising, which everyone should be doing if they're in business, is the social media advertising too, and connecting with people, connecting with leads, connecting with people that buy from you. This is how you're going to be able to do that. Okay, so the next one, and you can see this one's grown tremendously, is Instagram, because that's what I was focused on over the last 6-7 months was Instagram, and it's grown a lot. And I've found that Instagram is, I get probably on an average of 5 to 6 free leads a day on Instagram. And I'm just giving away a little daily task cheat sheet right here on my Instagram that I came up with and just made a PDF file out of it, but it puts them into a Instagram sales funnel. So it's very targeted and very focused on Instagram. And I put affiliate products in there and so on. So that's another thing you can think about, is putting together these little virtual sales funnels for each one of these social endeavors. You can have all these little sales funnels. Okay, so you can see I've grown my following quite a bit here. The engagement on these is quite good. On Instagram, and that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy using Instagram, is because you get a lot of engagement. I mean, you get people immediately messaging you back, the direct messaging. This is the only place you can put a link in Instagram that's active, okay? So you have to kind of think about that. And you can, when you post to Instagram, you can post to Facebook at the same time. So you could put links in your text for, well, let's take a look at one of these. We'll take a look at this one. And you can see that I put text in there, and then ask usually a call to action, and we'll go over all of this when we go over each one. But you can see that that there is interaction with this stuff, and it's great. But if I wanted to, I could put a link up here in the text. It won't be active, but it will be active on other places like Facebook, because you can post at the same time. And we'll go over each one of those. Okay, the next virtual distribution channel I have is LinkedIn. LinkedIn has grown very little, because like I said, I was focusing on Instagram. And I highly recommend that whatever virtual distribution channel you choose, focus on one at a time, build it, build it, build it, build it, okay? Master it, build it. And then have a presence on other social media sites, but you're gonna pick one and just master it. And then you're going to find that these other places, people will go, well, I remember seeing you on Instagram, or I remember seeing you on Facebook, or I get your emails. I know who you are, you know, and I get stuff like that back, and you guys will too. But you can see you don't have to be active in all of them. Having a presence is okay, but you don't have to be majorly active in all of them. Pick one, just one. Stay focused. And you're going to find that that's really going to help you, okay? Now, I have my Instagram marketing and sales funnels and posting just second nature to me now. So now I'm going to shift gears, and over the next probably 6 months, I'm going to be focusing on LinkedIn. You can see it's grown a little bit, but I went through a LinkedIn course from the Power Lead system that is awesome. really, really good. And you can tell that I have an audience here of 3,100, but I haven't been in here in quite a while. And I've got like over 300 invitations that I need to get back to people on. So I'm going to be focusing on getting back to people, getting them interested in what I'm doing, finding out. It's just kind of, you're going out there and you're finding out, are there people interested? And like I said, it's a completely different style here on LinkedIn than it is on Facebook or that it is on Instagram or Twitter. So like, we'll go over every single one of these as the weeks go on, okay? And we're going to take one a week so we can really delve into it. But you can see here, I haven't done a lot of work in there, but this one's my next one. So we'll see it grow. And hopefully in another 6 months, I'll be able to really bump these numbers up, okay? Twitter, I've got a good size following in Twitter. I tweet twice a day. I don't market much on Twitter, but I have gotten leads from Twitter. That's another one. This is going to be my one after after LinkedIn that I go on. I've got a couple of business partners that love Instagram and use it and generate leads like crazy on it. So that's great. But like I said, I was focusing on one, Instagram. And now that that's up and running and working really well, now I can kind of shift gears a bit and move to another one. But I have quite a few followers here in Twitter. But I've had my account for quite a while too. And like I said, I'm not real active. I do post twice a day because when I post on Instagram, it automatically posts on my Twitter account from Instagram. So, and we'll go over how you do all that in every one of these so that you can find out how to start building your different distribution channels, but staying active and focused on one, because you can do both at the same time, okay? So that's Twitter. And then Pinterest. Pinterest is an interesting one. I've done some paid advertising on Pinterest before. The reach on Pinterest is absolutely huge. If you are into your business is anything to do with health and wellness, I love Pinterest for recipes. I mean, I'll be honest, I go out there and I'll go, oh, that looks really good. So I've got a board that says yummy things to try. So whenever I'm looking for something new, that's where I go. So like I said, each one of these has a little bit different take on it. Now I have used it for promoting pins before and getting leads. And it does work for paid advertisement too. I try to keep my social media at a minimum as far as paid goes, but I do use it some. But you can see here, I have 21 boards that I'm associated with or that are mine, and I've pinned 844 pins to those boards. But look at my monthly views, over 8,000 views a month, and I'm not really focused on this one. I have a presence, but I'm not really focused on it. Okay, so very powerful here. And this one's fun, very fun too. I post to this one a couple times a day because it goes from my Instagram posts and it posts on a board, motivational posts. I mean, and I've got another one where I've done motivational videos. Video is great in social media, absolutely great. All right. So the next one down here is YouTube. Now I use YouTube quite a bit. I have tons of videos that I have not even posted on my YouTube account yet, but I need to, and I will. But it's a great, great medium. People love watching videos. I personally, if I want to learn how to do something, I'll look at that. If I'm going to join someone, this is one of the places I go look to see, do they have a presence on YouTube? And if so, what are they sharing? You know, is it fun stuff? Is it all business? Is it informational? Is it, you know, what is it? What are they sharing? What are they trying to come across as? Okay, what kind of leader are they? So this is another one where I will be focusing some time on in the next 6 months too. So I'm kind of split that because I do have some other things that are just running as is now. Okay, so another thing that I don't have down here on the worksheet here, the virtual distribution worksheet, is the fact that I also have a blog, and blogs are great, and they work wonderful, and it's free, and they work wonderful for gathering leads, making sales, because you can send people to different things based on your content. I did a piece of content the other day that I talked about traffic and how to generate traffic and the different types of traffic. Okay, that there's 3 different types of traffic. And I not only talked about that, but I also pointed people in the direction of my traffic portion of my blog to let them know, okay, well, if you're interested in traffic, then these are the things that I use. This is what I use. I use ClickMagick for tracking all of my ads because it's really important to do that. I also use solo ads myself for paid advertisement. I run those all the time. So I've always got people coming into my sales funnel. Okay, so I do run those, and this is the course that I purchased and got training to be able to go out there and decipher which vendors were good vendors or not. And then, of course, another resource down here that I do use to select vendors, the Udemy. So all these things in a blog can be, and we'll go over a blog also, but all these things can be here. This is where you can share your information. Okay. Another cool thing about putting information on a blog is that, let's say I wanted to distribute this 4-step video creation post that I did. There's a service that helps you distribute this throughout many different distribution channels all at one time. It's a push button deal. Okay, so if I were just kind of as an example, and I'll go over this in detail when we go over blogs, but it's a service called OnlyWire. And if I come out here and put in the URL for that blog post, it'll go out, grab the title, I put a short description in, and then it's going to go to 9 networks automatically. Okay, as soon as I hit share, it's going to go out to those 9 networks. And these are secondary networks that I use quite frequently, like Reddit, Tumblr, things of that nature. And we'll go over all of this in detail when we go on blogs. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of a distribution channel, a virtual distribution channel, and how it can really benefit you. You create one piece of content, it can go out to all these other places. But like I said, focus on one, have a presence on many. Focus on one. You'll thank me if you do that, seriously. But you can see here, I've gone from 14,000 as far as a distribution, that a reach, okay, to 21. That's not bad. Okay, and it's as I grow my list, as I grew my Instagram, those are the 2 major ones that grew. Now I'm going to be focusing on LinkedIn and YouTube. Okay, so that's it for virtual distribution channels. I'm going to stop sharing here for a second. There we go. So that's it for today for the virtual distribution channel. If you have any questions at all about this, make sure you just put them right below here. I get right back to you, and I personally do it. And next week we're going to start in on Instagram. Okay, so that's going to be our training session for next week, is going to be Instagram. So I'm going to go over in detail what I do in the way of using Instagram to generate leads for me. Okay, so you guys can see how to do that. So as we're going through each one of these trainings, be thinking about which one that you want to focus on, the one you want to focus on. Okay, and take a look at all the other ones that you belong to, set yourself up a little worksheet like this. It's very easy. I just used from Google Docs, Google Sheet, and I just set it up with the virtual distribution channels, and then picked a date and put the numbers in there, and then every few months you can go in and see how it's growing. And you can see, okay, this is where I've been putting effort, and boy, is it showing. It also is a real good validation that, okay, I'm working in the right direction. This is the right thing, okay? So next week, we're going to talk about Instagram, all right? And I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and hopefully you got some value out of it, and we'll see you again next Thursday. Patty Scheeler here. Bye now.